Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our commentary on Top Gun from 1986, directed by the late Tony Scott, who was Ridley Scott's brother, and starring Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, whoever she is, and Val Kilmer. Okay, I have not seen this movie before, which is interesting because
you call yourself a Tom Cruise fan. This is like the movie that defined his early career.
Well, if you want to be ironic, it's the movie that launched Tom Cruise's career.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was in other movies before this one, but this is one of the first where he had the leading role.
Yeah.
Alright, so where we start?
We're going to start before the Paramount logo.
Alright.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, click. Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Tom Cruise and there's the Paramount logo.
Ah, the old Paramount logo.
But yeah, dweebs, basically, if you're wondering what this is about, have you ever played, I know you haven't, but you know what games like Ace Combat or Afterburner are?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, basically it's kind of the same.
It's Jerry Bruckheimer, Pedro. It's Jerry Bruckheimer, the guy you love so much.
Dogfights on planes, basically. But yeah, this is the movie that pops up every time people ask, what's about the 80s and their culture? Because this movie
to be fair,
80s Jewish incarnate.
On March 3rd, 1969, the United States Navy established an elite school for the top 1% of its pilots. Its purpose was to teach the lost art of aerial combat and to ensure that the handful of men who graduated were the best fighter pilots in the world. They succeeded. Today, the Navy calls it Fighter Weapons School. The Flyers call it...
FWS.
Top Gun.
Anyway, to be fair, Dwebs, I guess wasn't Jerry Bruckheimer one of the producers of the first Pirates movie?
He's produced all of them.
Then I guess he can occasionally do good stuff, I guess.
Who's Anthony Edwards?
Well, Pedro, he's also the producer of...
Well, those would be the actors of the movie, Dwebs.
Yes, I know. Oh, Michael Ironside, there's an actor I recognise.
You were saying something to...
yes. The soundtrack is so...
I know, right?
Okay, the actual score for this movie...
Oh, Meg Ryan.
Was composed by Harold Faltermeyer.
Hey, Dwebs, do you know who Meg Ryan is?
I've heard of him, her, whoever.
Her. Basically, Dwebs, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch this movie, and after we finish the movie, after we finish this commentary, you're gonna go to YouTube, go to Google Images and search Meg Ryan's current pictures. Let's just say age has not been good to her, and you'll see for yourself. Poor Meg Ryan, she had so much promise. But yeah, I tell you, we're about to say something.
No.
Okay.
All right. Basically, Tony Scott was the more actiony blockbuster opposite to Ridley Scott. Yeah, Ridley Scott's films are a bit more brainy and cerebral. Tony Scott's films are more not those, but that's not a bad thing. Again, that's from what I've heard. This is the first Tony Scott film that I've seen.
Oh, yes.
Also, you guys can't hear my film audio, can you?
No, really.
Sorry, Dweebs. I'm blinded by the awesomeness of this soundtrack. This is the main theme of the movie. It's called Danger Zone. And it's fucking awesome.
Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
You see, Dwebs, unlike what music critics would have you believe, 80s music, it's okay for music to be just fun and not have a deep message about the philosophy of life.
You can say that about anything.
No, but that's the thing, Dwebs. That's the thing, Dwebs. A lot of music critics love to praise the hell out of people like Nirvana and trash 80s music because 80s music was just meaningless and didn't try to convey any kind of meaning or some shit.
And basically, from what I hear, this film's basically one big advert for the US Navy. And from what I've heard, it worked because after this movie's release, there was a lot more requests from people to join the Navy.
Oh well, I guess the Navy learned that you don't need subliminal messages to recruit people.
Just make one big movie and put Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. Oh boy. Flying and Maverick. Gee, I wonder who. I wonder what kind of character Maverick is like. Okay, Pedro, Tio, have either of you seen this film before?
Yes, I have.
Again, it was when I was a kid, so it's been too much. I mean, again, none of movies I've seen too many years ago.
Yeah.
But I remember being really captured by how the plane, looked and moved. Banter.
Yeah. Uh-oh, there's a bogey coming. What do we do?
I don't know.
See if he's single. Okay. Checking our database. Is he married? Oh, you mean that? Not that kind of single.
Actually, you want to check if Tom Cruise's best friend has any days left before retirement.
Yeah. Okay, audience. So this is the second Tom Cruise movie that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was the first Mission Impossible.
Yep. A movie that I do thoroughly enjoy, although I will say I don't know what the writers were thinking with a certain section, which you will find out about in our commentary of the first Mission Impossible movie, because I'm not going to get into it here.
Amen. Ooh.
So what do we do? How do we get rid of these fuckers?
Okay.
Merlin. All these names.
Well, they're code names, Weaves. The
Yeah,
military
I know.
actually uses them like that.
Yeah.
I know it's very silly, but very effective because they're simple.
Yeah, very interesting code names, these pilots. Also, good thing about me watching my own copies of these movies on Blu-ray, I don't have to worry about my video copy on my computer potentially lagging when I look up information on the movie.
Sure.
Okay. Locking on.
Also, what is it with those black lenses on their helmets? What do they need?
Actually, they need for the sun, because remember, they're operating on a high altitude. That means they're really susceptible potentially to sunlight if they're going in a bad direction. So they need to have a clear vision all the time.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just looking at the writer's filmography.
Mm-hmm.
The future movies would include
Yes.
Dick Tracy,
Oh,
among others, and also the Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas.
Why?
yeah. Why did that happen?
Well, even the best writers do have their off moments. You know, John Logan had Star Trek Nemesis.
Well, yeah, Dweebs, but you should be the first to accept that, because a lot of time it happens. So when you judge an author for his past works.
Well, it's mostly because I have a habit of starting off with a filmmaker's worst work.
Well, look at the bright side. That way you can only go up.
I mean, my first Ang Lee film was Hulk 2003.
Well, yeah.
Oh my god. This fucking movie.
Why are you taking photos in your cockpit?
Because he can.
Yes. We.
If that's banned, he's going to be in such trouble with his superiors.
Uh-oh. You see, we have a problem, Houston.
Yeah, I'm running low on fuel. Okay, so crews, you have to be careful with how you land the plane, and don't miss it, or you'll hit the water.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, like the Top Gun NES game.
Yeah. Okay, I just got to plug in my laptop to the charger. I'll be back in a second.
Sure. Come on, Cougar. Come on. Use the power globe. Come on.
I got it, guys. I got why Tom Cruise is having a bit of a panic.
Surprising attack. Actually, it's not Tom Cruise.
Isn't it? Oh.
No, it's his best friend, of course.
His best friend, I'm gonna die.
Yes. Dweebs, this was made in a time where it was relatively new.
Wait, why is he coming up?
Because.
Because. God damn it!
I can't land, sir.
The power of friendship compels me. Come on. Okay.
Oh my god, why did I have to show it off earlier?
Do it for air.
Dun dun.
Dun 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 dun.
I'm tired, man. I didn't have any sleep in 8 days. I'm the Akira Hino of Navy pilots.
Sorry, I don't see enough, eye signs under them. Holy shit.
Oh boy. Wow, this is like the NES game.
Oh, actually, that reminds me. They're still huge.
Oh my god. Poor man cannot just get his fucking Zwing. Crashing!
Oh, he landed.
Well, not exactly the best way, but yeah. Well, I guess it's promoted to pilot the Falcon, Millennium Falcon.
Let me guess, he's gonna be... is he gonna be,
Our ass is fired! Oh shit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm too timid. Bye.
Okay. Who's playing the Captain Colonel, whatever he is? The bald guy.
The bowl guy, I don't know, it might be Michael Ironside, I don't really know.
I don't...
Well,
he looks familiar.
that's what your research is for.
Come on, Dweebs.
Well, I can't, well, this is 1986, remember? Sometimes I can't place actors of how they looked back then to how they look now.
Whips, IMDb is your friend.
Or Wikipedia Island worse. Arr. Arr.
Give up, Tom. No cruise has ever gone. Oh wait, sorry, wrong movie. He's pretty much playing the exact same character.
Yeah. And he's so short compared to them. He's so funny.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, do you know I can just punch you in the head?
Hey, sir, you realize you're not doing. What do you mean this isn't Back to the Future 4?
Roll credits. But sir, there can't be two number ones.
Says who, Private?
Yes, sir.
Amazing. Truly amazing.
He's not Sergeant Hartman, but he's still awesome.
Yeah. Funny enough, this came out a year before Full Metal Jacket.
And again, the main theme.
Miramar, California, Fighter Town, USA.
Wee.
Look at me. I'm Tom Cruise motorbiking. I'm practicing for that. I'm practicing for that. I'm practicing for that awesome bike chase scene in Rogue Nation. But Tom, that won't be for another 29 years. I don't care. I'm still practicing, damn it. The danger zone. Oh, there's Michael Ironside.
Yep.
Now I recognise him.
I'm just trying to be the new Jack Nicholson, but with
Okay.
very little left.
Just then, that was Val Kilmer there. Okay, I've seen Val Kilmer in 3 movies now: Red Planet, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Batman Forever. Of those 3 movies, I've only liked him in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
He can be good if he's in a really good movie where the circumstances favor him. Like, he was also really good in Prince of Egypt.
What do you think of him as Batman?
Oh, no. Like, as Batman, he's about as forgettable as it gets, really. I mean, even George Clooney was at least more memorable, if anything, because, well, he is George Clooney anyway, so...
Okay.
There we go.
Rivalry.
There's a Colonel Mustache there.
Here, we encourage rivalries, because rivalries just make men go...
Survival of the fittest in the military.
Yep. Also, oh yeah, speaking of Red Planet, you know one of the
Yes?
actors in Red Planet?
There are coupled with.
Let me check. Oh no, actually no. Actually no, that was another actor. Never mind.
All right.
Smug Cruise.
Yes, because he's Tom Cruise, he can do anything.
Yeah. It's also interesting because when we release this, we're gonna be approaching Jack Reacher, which is his next movie, and also after that, there's gonna be the reboot of The Mummy.
Wait. Jack Reacher? Wasn't
Yeah.
that movie, that one movie with Chris Pine?
No, that was Jai Courtney.
Oh.
You're mocking me, but my jet is fueled by the power of Scientology.
And now we're in 80s nightclub.
Yeah, Dweebs, the military is needed to get, their stress off.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, man, we're stuck on a freaking battleship 100 odd days, many days. We need
Hey,
a
it's still better depiction than in fucking Pearl Harbor.
Well, this. Well, remember.
Hey, Master Miller, what are you doing here?
Well, remember, too. This is directed by a guy who's he's like the he is kind of a little bit like Michael Bay in that he mostly directs this kind of movie. But here, I think Tony Scott's a bit more innocent. Mhm. Wow, this film loves. Oh, I
Your
see.
friends and your Johnson.
I see why people. I see why people refer to this movie as the gay one. Now,
Yes. That's the thing about you see that this is exactly why me, Theo, and even Spoonie mentioned this in his review. Get mad when we read the DVD cover of the Wing Commander movie and say, "Oh, it's Starship Troopers meets Top Gun."
Yes.
Fuck you, Chris Roberts. You couldn't make. There's no way you could make a new Top Gun a movie as awesome as gay as this one. It cannot be done.
yeah, only Tony Scott can do that.
How can it? Now you're probably wondering on this. How can it be so gay and yet so manly at the same time? Don't ask me. It just is.
The 80s.
Yes. 80s logic.
But sir, I mean, I know we're in the Navy, but should we wear more civilian clothes? You don't want to get our uniforms dirty or anything.
Actually, that's how it how it kind of works, Dweebs.
Don't they always walk around in their
Yes,
military
it
uniform?
symbolizes their status. So.
Well, life's unfair, dude. Get over it. Learn to live with it.
Yeah, she's lost it.
Well, shit happens, bro. Okay. The fuck you doing?
Oh God!
Singing Tom Cruise, yes.
Oh,
There you go, Dwibs. Your favorite actor singing. I hope. Behold.
badly.
Enjoy.
Well, honestly, for me, it's like this. Like, this is meant to be like something where they're just singing just because like
it's a lot. It's for the lols.
the fact that it's kind of like a similar thing that I actually give credit to Reflecting Returns. Even like this is meant since this is literally a bunch of guys who just sing, who are just literally singing just because they feel like it. It makes sense that the song doesn't sound all super professional and some shit. It makes it more believable that way, I think.
Okay, there are many reasons why I like Tom Cruise as an actor. Singing ain't one of them. Let's just put that out there.
Well, Dweebs, a lot of good actors cannot sing for saving their life.
Yeah.
Well, Dwebs, sucks for you because the next actor that Disney will be hiring for their Hawaiian musical coming this later, Moana, is Tom Cruise as the white guy who's coming in to take over as the villain. And, he's gonna have a villain song where he talk about how great it is to be a Scientologist. I'm joking, but now that I'm just said this out loud, I totally want that to happen.
Well, I mean, one thing that I have heard about Mona is that, from what I've heard, The Rock's actually a decent singer.
Well, he is The Rock, Dwibs. Come on, he sang his own song in WWE. Come on.
Well, actually, that wasn't singing. That was it was something else that you do in music sometimes.
The Rock says that The Rock is a good singer.
Yes.
And since Mona is a musical, I'll be able to see that for myself.
I'm sure she's not a love interest.
Is this that Kelly McGillis girl? Looks like, yeah, I think it is. Basically, what it is, I have no idea who Kelly McGillis is. Who's from
Wait, Theo. You know what this means? If
Yes.
she's the love interest, you know what this means, right?
Uh,
This means he's going to start jumping like a madman, saying, "I'm in love with this woman. I'm in love with this woman." Woo!
Okay. Oh boy, all the Tom Cruise jokes we're making already. And how long are we into this movie?
20 minutes, I think.
Well,
24.
the thing is, Dwebs,
Tom, that's not really polite.
Tom is a
It's not
great
your room, Tom.
Tom is a great actor, but like as a
crazy.
person, he's nuts. Like he's so like seriously. That I actually saw that scene because that scene went viral on the internet when it came out when
Yeah.
it was first happened on Oprah, and I was like God damn it, Tom, what the.
Yeah.
Tom knows where to look at. Arr.
Nah.
Yep. Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Gee, I wonder who this girl is.
Yeah, I do really want.
Wow. What a coinky dink.
This movie is totally
Tommy's like,
this
"Fuck
movie
me."
this movie is totally throwing us in for a loop.
Ha, get it? Thrown into a loop because this is a movie about jet fighters.
Holy shit, he figured me out.
Yes, I have.
All right, in that case, let me think.
Funny,
of
we have a special terms here in my country when a woman is actually rejecting someone's flirting. It's called literally her giving him the two of space, a two of space cards. Don't ask why. That guy's wearing a cowboy hat. Oh. Guys.
Yes.
No, I'm here. I just have to.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's because there's a bit of a stormy here. Okay, I thought it was just disconnected.
Nah, it's fine. Okay. Okay, I think I picked up a bit of an issue. If you don't know much about jet aviation, especially with this kind, you might be a little bit lost with all their jargon.
Mm-hmm. Do a barrel roll. That's what we need to know.
Okay.
I'm sorry, that was stupid.
Yeah.
I'm totally not going to have the hots for you.
Yeah.
Also, it's,
Yeah, that's where I remember him. Starship Troopers, yeah.
also, it's so weird. Tom Cruise hasn't aged all that much since this movie.
Not
Don't you
really,
see,
no.
Weebs? That's the power of Scientology. It's immortal now.
Yeah, and he uses Scientology to keep his youth. Only in recent years has he started to sag a little bit.
Yes. Don't ask what or who is sacrificing. You don't want to know. Just a clear reminder, I'm not your love interest.
I swear.
Yeah.
Okay, now to my usual TV tropes thing about this movie.
Just don't spoil yourself. Well, there's not a lot to spoil, but
Not
whatever.
really, no.
What is there to spoil? Guy who's a Navy pilot gets the hots for the hot chick. He goes through some dangerous stuff and gets the girl in the end. Shock.
And now the movie turned into a commercial.
Of course.
Hey, do you want to be as cool as Tom Cruise? Then join the U.S. Navy.
Amen.
Hold on, guys. I'm flying into the danger zone.
Whee!
Ooh. Okay, this movie was apparently up against Iron Eagle. Have you heard of
Don't
Iron
remember it.
It was up against Iron Eagle, and it's interesting. Iron Eagle got 3 sequels, but Top Gun was the most successful film financially.
Huh. Whee!
Also, there was a song they wanted to use in the movie from Bryan Adams called "Only the Strong Survive," but he refused because he apparently felt that this movie glorified war.
What?
Well, it glorifies the army, I guess, the navy, but
That's the thing. Some people can't really tell the difference.
It's just like the whole thing with Clockwork Orange, but making people go violent. If anything, that movie's anti-violence.
yeah. And besides, British people are proven to be ultra violent on their own without that movie.
Yeah. Woo!
Use the brake.
Oh shit. Where's the controller?
Actually, Dweebs, it's time for you to be educated a bit, because these kind of games about planes used their own joystick back in the day. A joystick shaped, well, how can I sugarcoat this? Well,
Yes.
Kinda. Because it resembled the typical cloche of a plane,
Yeah.
and since it's kind of a lever, it kind of resembles a penis.
Also, the joystick in Star Trek Insurrection kind of looked like a.
I mean, there's a reason why a lot of metaphors about penis is
What is it
related
with-
to the joystick.
What was it with Paramount movies around this time using penis joysticks?
But yeah, anyway, Dweebs, those were really also useful because they were really precise for these kind of games about simulation for airplanes. And even though they're really rare these days, they're still produced for and compatible for a couple of playing type of games.
Okay, but I was just imagining in this sequence, what if they were shooting like lasers to simulate hitting the target? I was thinking, what if like someone evil at the Navy replaced their lasers with actual missiles, and the guy got shot down? Oh shit, Doc! Whoa.
Wee. Yes, another thing, the shots in this movie are really, really awesome.
Wee.
Combined with the music and everything. It's just amazing.
Well, so
Yeah.
far, direction-wise, I am getting a pretty good impression of Tony Scott.
Dude, I can see everything under your towel, you know.
So this is one of those rare movies where we get to see Ethan Hunt and Batman on screen at the same time.
Dude,
I
just
Remember, Theo, this is Top Gun we're talking about.
I know, but that guy clearly had an erection.
Theo, it's okay to be gay. Out in the game.
It's one of those things where you don't notice immediately, but the next time you watch it, like Satan's penis in Dante's Inferno. Oh shit!
Uh-oh, you've just angered Colonel Ironside.
Most unorthodox.
Yeah. Does Michael Ironside always play the grumpy Colonel?
Well, it fits, kind of.
Yeah, I know, but...
I'm just your stereotypical Japanese slave. Oh my god, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you nearly crashed into our tower.
Yeah, and made the guy in charge being, have his uniform dirt twice.
Yeah, basically, Dwebs. Oh god, I'm drawing a blank now. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's it.
There, Pedro?
Yeah, basically, Dwebs, Maniac in the Wing Commander movie, aka Matthew Lillard's character.
I heard on Spoonie's review, he was kind of inspired by this guy.
Yeah, the original character in the game, he was heavily inspired from this character. So as you can see, the Wing Commander movie pretty much completely missed that aspect of it. Even though Chris Roberts, again, how do you get your own characters wrong?
Well, I can't wait to get to that movie.
Well, then again, considering the recent X-Files fiasco.
Also, both the X-Files and Wing Commander were done by a guy named Chris. Chris Robertson, Chris Carter. Also, audience, I have seen the Wing Commander movie and I have not played the Wing Commander game. So to me, the Wing Commander movie was just generic mixed space flying movie.
With a lot of stupid shit happening. Psh, quiet! They might hear us. Dude! Sound doesn't carry through space. You could be playing fucking Metallica and nobody would hear what you're doing in your airship.
Yeah, I'm sure it would piss off people like Pedro more than it pissed me off.
I mean, there's a suspension of disbelief, and then there's insulting my fucking intelligence.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I flew with this part of a cliche.
Yeah.
Ding! You know, I wonder if Michael Ironside was actually in the military or at some point. Because he seems to play them really well.
Well, they probably got some kind of military advisor to make sure the actors get to do things right.
And then later on in his career, Michael Ironside didn't really need military advisors.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Michael Ironside was in the Flash TV show?
I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
Me neither. that 80s mustache. Speaking of that, Tia, has yours grown back yet?
My what?
Didn't you say you had to shave off your stash because you had that operation?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. As for the goatee, it might take a bit of a while, but...
You'll get there, actually.
Yeah. Down, the music.
Yeah, Ironside wasn't in the army. Also, yeah, Tom Cruise's smile.
He has such weird teeth. Again, I'm not your love interest.
Yeah. Also, last year, this movie got inducted into the United States Library of Congress. That's where they use.
For
That's
what?
where they. After a certain time, and if a film has a as some significance, that's where they put some films like this,
Well, that's
finding it
nice, I
culturally,
guess.
historically, or aesthetically significant.
Well, yeah, this movie doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I mean, of course, it may not be super duper realistic, but it's staying under the realms of reality when it comes to depicting life of the Navy.
Students. Student. How old was Tom Cruise at this time?
Probably.
This movie was filmed.
25.
I guess this movie was filmed in 1985, and was born in 1962. He was 23, roundabouts.
Oh, sick burn!
Dinner 5:30 sharp, 100 whatever beach.
Classified.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go fuck yourself in the ass.
you stink. That guy is smiling at him.
Montage!
Okay, look at all our lead actors' muscles, especially Cruise's.
Beach volley with man. In this day and age, you will never see such a thing.
Whack. Oops, fail. Oh yeah, this 80s music.
Yeah, it's so amazing.
Allow me to remind you, everybody, that we're watching a movie with men with
Muscle man playing beach volley.
without shirts.
Yes.
You're starting to see this where people keep saying that this is the most awesome gay movie ever.
And I don't think that was the intention. I think the intention was just to show, look how awesome the US Air Force is.
Yes.
It's interesting how
Remember, kids, if you sign up for the military, you'll get muscles just like these.
yeah. Also, I love how sometimes movies end up coming off as something different to what the filmmakers intended.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, I can't.
We can't. The press.
I have to go and drink my elixir. Take my breath away. Also, one downside I can give about 80s music, some of it has aged horrendously.
In what kind of term? Like, you mean terms of how what instrument they were used, the lyrics?
Kind of a bit of both. It depends how well you use synthesizers.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right, Waves, I forgot you ate synthesizers.
No, I hate synthesizers. It's just sometimes if you don't use them well, they can really date the soundtrack. Just ask GoldenEye.
The GoldenEye's music was always bad, even back when it first came out.
Yeah, that film was in 1995. The music made it feel like it came out in 1985.
Wow.
Anyway, back to a movie that actually did come out in the 80s. So this film has the excuse.
For you.
the big. But yeah, all that stuff you were eating and drinking, I laced it with truth serum. So now you must tell the truth. I don't think I've actually ever seen that in a movie. Not like, I don't mean like just directly injected into them. I have seen that, but I meant like you just lace something with truth serum, and then that's a sort of way of getting them to tell you the truth about everything.
Dun, 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 dun.
Also, what's with the green light?
I don't know.
Artistic value.
Yeah.
Tony. Okay, it might be just the reflection coming off of the plants, but it kind of looks like they're in an alien spaceship now.
You don't get to criticize Mr. Scott vision. Bad, Dweebs, bad.
It makes it look like Kelly McGillis's character was an alien.
Basically, this was Tony Scott going, okay, I want you, okay, cinematographer, I want you to make everything look like there's a lot of green here. No question. Why? Because I want to. No questions asked. I have a very specific vision, dude.
But Mr. Scott, why are you making Kelly McGillis's character look like an alien? You're not Ridley Scott.
Because the question, my vision is incredibly is too complex for you to understand it.
But you're not your brother.
But I am a Scot, goddammit. You will take my movie seriously.
Also, it's interesting because Tom Cruise did end up in a Ridley Scott movie.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen it. I forgot what it was called, actually. Let me find it. Yeah, it's called Legend, and Legend came out before this movie.
I think I heard of it.
Yeah, Legend came out before this movie. That's the one I talked to the GTA 5.
Oh, is that the one with Tim Curry playing the Satan or something?
It's got Tim Curry in it, I assume so. Is this the one that has like 2 soundtracks for some reason? Also, yeah, Tom Cruise is kind of doubting himself, cliche. Either that or he's trying to mask it with his cocky attitude.
Sorry, not sorry, mate. It's always complicated for women. Okay, moving on.
I'm sorry. I cannot... Oh, for a second I was going to say, I cannot be seen with you. You are my superior, I think. That Tom Cruise, he's going to have a longer lasting, more high-profile career than me, isn't he?
Shit happens. Jeez.
Also, goddammit, how come he managed to survive the Scientology controversy and that, whereas I don't think I was in that much controversy, and yet I'm relegated to B movies?
Hey, it could be worse. You could be starring in asylum movies.
Or be reduced to direct-to-DVD movies. Wesley Snipes, Steven Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Steven Seagal, except for Machete, and Wesley Snipes, except for 2 other movies.
Okay.
Yeah. But what? Then why did you do it yesterday then?
Because girls are complicated, waves. You will be learning that soon enough.
In this movie?
Well, even on your own, believe me.
Right. Well, I don't really have any experience in the field of the ladies, so
Not even at school or at workplace or whatever you're doing with your life now.
not particularly.
Britain is weird.
I'm not saying I haven't talked to a lady before. It's just
it's not so much that there is that Dwebs usually sticks either at home or goes away to watch movies or something.
or have some time out with my friends.
Okay then. Well, neither of your friends a girl or anything?
No.
All right. Well, in that case, you should get some. Anyway,
I'm at university now.
I'll reveal a secret to you, Dweebs. It's perfectly normal for a guy to have female friends without having women's love interest.
Yeah, I know. I've seen a couple of movies that do follow that example. The first Blade movie, Pacific Rim, all that stuff.
There she is.
Also, yeah, should we mark that off the chick flick cliche?
all right. So here's Meg Ryan.
Wow.
And no, Dweebs, she's not wearing
Wig?
a mop on her head.
Believe it or not, that's actually her hair.
Yeah.
Wow, 80s hairstyles have aged horrendously.
That's what made them so magical.
Okay, now we're at flying school, and you have to make. And basically, I get a feeling this is going to be one of those scenes where it shows what must you do in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I am wearing glasses, therefore I'm trying to be a little bit less attractive, but I'm actually more attractive. Cliche.
Yes.
Ding.
Is that asteroid? I mean, after all, the first video games were made by modifying the source code of military computers.
Oh, yeah, speaking of source code, Tio, that was a movie we did during your absence.
So how was it for you, Dweebs?
That was my second time watching it in full. I still like it.
Yeah, me too.
And so did Jova.
Unfortunately. God damn it, Cruise.
Damn it, Cruz. It's all going so well.
Okay. I'm just gonna stare at your soul.
No, Tio. In case my theory of the elixir isn't true about Tom Cruise, he stares at people and sucks out their youth secretly with his
Sorry, we
eyes.
can be together. I need to be the low woke motorcycle dude. Also, yeah, the glorious time where people were riding by motorcycles without helmets because it was cool and wasn't totally obligated by the law.
Also, I can't hear you, and even though I'm deliberately drowning out your noise cliche.
Ding.
I think CinemaSins did do this movie. I'm not sure. Whoa! Jesus.
I'm seriously trying to avoid any joke about women driving.
Don't worry, Teo. Here in Portugal, we do it all. Don't worry, Teo. Here in Portugal, we do it all the time. So allow me. Well, actually, the interesting thing, Teo, is that basically there's one particular joke that we have here regarding women on driving, but that unfortunately it's a rhyme that can only work in the Portuguese language. But I think through language similarity, Teo will at least have a basic understanding of what I'm talking about. Basically, Teo. Okay, remind me again how you say car wheel in Italian.
Car wheel, volante.
Okay, so it's like us. Basically, Teo, and mulher ao volante, perigo constante.
Yeah, it's the same here. Pericolo costante.
High five.
Basically, it means
Also,
driving, the danger is always near.
Also, Also, yeah, take my breath away while they're kissing cliche. Also, audience, in case you haven't heard,
What? Wait. Are you telling me that these two got together?
No,
no.
I wouldn't ever.
I didn't see. Well, I didn't see this coming.
One thing I will say though is a bit fast though, and shouldn't this be more for the near the end of the movie? Well, when you're the halfway
It
through.
is at their own pace. With love stories.
Just be grateful. This is the first heterosexual thing we've seen in this movie, so be grateful.
Are you okay? Okay. Are you sure this is a 12 rated movie? Contains strong language and moderate sex and sex references.
Honestly, I mean, no, not really. I mean,
There's no new. Well,
in the first Terminator movie, in the first Terminator movie, you do actually see Linda Hamilton's boobs, so it made sense. But this one,
Again, I think the rating works if it goes up if there's any kind of nude, but here it was just implied.
Okay.
Then again, we clearly saw the erection of a man behind a towel, but whatever.
The Need for Speed.
Roll credit. Oh wait,
Wrong series. Don't worry, Tio. You've got the
it
Need
wasn't
for
even invented back in the day.
Don't worry, Tio. You've got the Need for Speed movie to do that.
Did they actually made it? It
Yes.
went under the radar, actually.
Yes, they made it and it got released in theaters.
And it sucked?
Apparently, yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
Tio, it's a movie based on a game that doesn't really have much story.
Well, I don't know. It's race movie. It's similar to Fast and Furious. They could have used the same formula.
Oh. That was my remote. I nearly dropped it. It's Viper. Oh no. Which is interesting. I heard in the previous year Tom Cruise's performance in that Ridley Scott movie was kind of bad. My guess was, I don't know, maybe that was like his first role in one of his, maybe an earlier role where he was the lead and he was out of his depth at that point, whereas now he could pretty much do the kind of stuff in his sleep. ATO.
Yes?
I got one objective that we could try and accomplish.
What do you mean?
You know, I think we should attempt to complete our commentary on the Mummy trilogy before the new one comes out.
When does it come out?
Next year.
Well, we have plenty of time then, I guess.
But of course, we all know it's going to suck because it's directed by Alex Kurtzman.
of course.
Oh yeah, another film we should do before the Mummy. Alex Kurtzman's first film as a director, actually, People Like Us. That was a decent flick. Wee. Ooh. I wonder if there's actually going to be any military engagement in this movie, rather than just them dicking around.
We'll see.
Oh, also, who's going to be?
Hello,
doing...
people. You're not listening to music of the soundtrack of Doom. It's actually the one from this movie.
Who's going to be doing the Top Gun video game for us?
So we have to. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather play any Ace Combat or Afterburner game.
Not to mention this, I'm pretty sure that game cannot be completed without you just, knowing the whole thing about how those retarded controls work.
Or using the Power Glove, apparently.
Oh wait, now are they actually fighting?
Dogfighting.
Dog fighting. Yeah, I should use that phrase because we're in the air. Dog fighting's the term we should use.
Actually, it's actually interesting. It's one of the later Ace Combat games called Ace Combat Assault Horizon, I think.
Yeah.
Introduced this new mode. You know how jet simulation games kind of works.
Right.
You have like a third-person perspective. Or
Oh no,
anything.
wait, this was also a exercise.
Mhm.
God damn it!
Yeah.
When are they actually gonna fight? Dog
That
fight.
recent game introduced this called dogfight mode, which goes not first person but really up and close and makes you do really impressive stunt. But people really didn't like because they thought it was too deviating too much from the formula of Ace Combat.
Also, it's funny you mentioned that because just let me grab this box that I've got here.
Why do we have to keep getting these scenes of them just out of the shower?
With towels. I'm acting.
Basically, audience. Earlier today, I went out and got some old games.
Mhm.
One of which was a Mega Drive game called F-22 Interceptor, which
Okay.
I think is. Let me read the box. Experience a real sensation of flight in a true 3D world.
Whoa.
Huh. In case you wonder, the other games I bought were GoldenEye Rogue Agent, The Godfather, PS2 Deus Ex, and Sonic 2 on the Mega Drive.
Tom Cruise is reflecting on his life.
Cliche. I'm sad.
Yes, Dwibs, the music compels you to do so.
I got the audio down, so
I'll be damned.
goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Nah, I'm not going to make a ballistic joke today.
Thank you.
That will be for our redo commentary.
Arr.
Tom Russell Crowe's going to be in the Mummy movie? Huh. That's rather the man insane.
Oh my god.
Okay, seeing how dedicated Tom Cruise is to his films, I wonder if he managed to actually try and fly those jets in real life.
Well, not all the well, probably they still had to use a counterpart, but I'm positive for at least some of the shots he was actually flying the thing.
Hmm.
Yay!
Well, my Blu-ray copy actually comes with quite a few extras. Making of multiple storyboards, a commentary, inside the real Top Gun. Quite a few. Also, cue real song.
Yep.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Wee.
Tom, this isn't the bed. I don't care.
Details.
I don't care. Let's fuck on the
Cue
motorcycle.
the main theme again.
Let me guess. The trophy is an actual gun or something.
Actually, no, Dweebs.
Ah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Well, that's the big spoiler. The trophy actually looks like this, or that, or whatever.
Whee! Explosion, excitement.
Well, explosion. The fog, the little shaky thing in the air that occurs when a jet's flying.
Yeah.
Danger zone.
Dun, 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 dun.
Danger zone.
Dun, dun.
Interesting filming locations they picked for the new Mummy movie.
What?
Oxford and Surrey here in the UK.
Okay. Well, again, we need to establish that there's a bookworm in the team. Whee! So here's the interesting thing. We're 1 hour and 5 minutes into this movie, and really, what happened so far?
Not-
Tom Cruise found a girlfriend.
Chris found his girl. They're dicking around in the skies. Cruz had a bit of a "I can't be with you because you're my commanding officer" thing, but that got dropped a bit later on. They probably fucked on the motorcycle.
Who are you to judge, Reeves? Okay.
Yeah, not much has happened, really, has it?
Well, that's one of the magic of this movie. He manages to tell very little, but at the same time telling it so in such a fun way that you don't mind.
I think most of the credit goes to Tony Scott and the actors.
Well, obviously, it's up on the writer and the director mainly.
Yeah.
Man.
Come on, an accident's got to happen here, right?
Nah. Wee.
What are they even doing anyway? Are they testing stuff?
Yeah.
You have got ejector.
That's the last option, last resort option.
Help!
Wee.
Cruise, eject, man.
Also, they need to be at a specific altitude because, you know, the pressure and stuff like that.
Oh, he's trying to reach the handle, but he can't.
Oh crap.
Does he manage to eject in time?
Wee.
Oh, ow. I guess the bit where the plane's supposed to
Crash that explode.
you know the part where the part, the overhead part, the window part is supposed to come off. It didn't come off properly, I guess, and so
Yeah.
he broke his neck and
Oh no, the best friend died. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
We just had a happy song. That doesn't mean anything like that, you know.
I love.
Oh.
He was my favorite splashing in
Yo.
the water friend.
Only he had only 1 day after left after retirement.
Tom, come on. We have to. You have to let go.
You still have a career to keep going.
Yeah, I nearly lose, but somehow managed to retain.
Think of all the Mission Impossible sequels.
Do I have to do one with this John Woo guy I heard about?
I don't know, but you get to do at least 30 of them.
I don't know. Fuck. Wait, Who the fuck's J.J. Abrams?
A soccer player. I'm not even kidding. One of my grandparents who doesn't speak English, when she was mentioned J.J. Abrams first, she didn't understand it. She was called Gigi Abram.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, the football player of international.
Not Goose.
No, goes not like this.
I'm so depressed over this that I have to come here on just my underpants alone.
Damn it, why did this have to happen to me?
How could this happen to me? Well, at least he shaved himself.
Yeah.
I cannot have porn stash anymore.
I don't think I've ever seen Tom Cruise with a stash.
Well, he had before this scene, he had some kind of
Stubble more like.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine him with a stash. Also, I'm sorry, but those those kind of uniforms that they wear, they just look silly to me.
Well, that's how the military is.
Yeah, I know, but it just seems a bit silly. It's like they're walking around in their pajamas. It's like Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Well, dweebs, people tend to say a lot of kind of the same thing to the Royal Guard of Britain, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we look silly, but at least
with all the red uniform and the bear hat thing.
Yeah, I know, but at least those look a little bit professional. A little bit, I said.
Aren't you sad, Weaves?
Who was that guy again? Yeah. I reckon when people say they remember this because of the characters, I don't think they mean in terms of their depth or anything.
Nah, we're not clearly Shakespeare or anything.
It's just, well, it's a Tony Scott movie. From what I've heard, none of his characters in the movies are really Shakespearean. Also, there were a lot of plans for a Top Gun sequel, but those have been kind of on and off ever since Tony Scott died.
Oh.
Basically, Tony Scott committed suicide around 2011, 2012.
It's a shame, no?
Mm.
Hey, Pedro, he collected the dog tags. Now he can unlock the extras.
Not just that, we figure out that this guy was us all along.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, I was Tom Cruise all along.
Yes, Dwips.
Now you're officially a Scientologist.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to have Tom Cruise's acting talent, just not his craziness. I'm already kind of crazy anyway.
Please don't shoot lightning bolts at me.
Also, Meg Ryan is sad.
Yes.
I'm Tom Cruise. I must not cry. Damn it, even Tom Cruise can't hold.
Tom Cruise like, director, what kind of expression do I have to make? Try as if you're constipated.
Yeah, Tom, imagine your marriage is breaking down.
Hindsight is a bitch.
Alright then.
Also, yeah, inquiry hearing. Alright, I'm gonna get a quick drink. If I'm not back by the time this scene ends, just give me the TLDR version.
Sure.
Military is grumpy. The end. Amen.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Yes. Dun 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 dun.
Get in there.
Nee. Okay. Dang. Dun 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 dun. Tom Cruise is pissed. Oh my god. Damn.
Okay, I did manage to catch some of that scene before I left.
Well,
Apparently-
basically, dweebs were not holding him really responsible, but yes, PTSD.
Well, I can understand why. I mean, he did
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
one of his men die.
And his supposed best friend.
Okay, something I should ask you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
What's your favorite? If you have a favorite Tom Cruise movie, what would that be?
Mine will be Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, gee, I wonder why. What about?
Well, no,
No.
it's not even a matter of that, Dubs. Of all the movies he's been in, I genuinely think it's the most complex, it's the most original, it's the most interesting in general. Don't get me wrong, I love Mission Impossible, but love me some cerebral Kubrick goodness.
And what about you, Tia?
I don't know.
Just pick one, and any one that comes to mind.
One of the Mission Impossible movies. Hell, even two, because of how absurd it is.
Yeah, I thought two was kind of boring, honestly.
I agree.
I mean, hell, I don't like 3 either, but I'll give 3 one thing. At least it didn't. At least it wasn't boring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not. It was just kind of a bit too silly, honestly, for my liking. Also, what is Cruz? Is Cruz leaving?
Well, yeah, I kinda can't do this anymore properly,
Yeah,
so...
I can't do it now, so I'm gonna have to leave before I hurt anyone else. Cliche.
I mean, it's understandable considering what he's been
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
What you mean the danger zone? Oh, no one understands.
Well, I'll give Cruz credit. They could have easily have just gone with him whining, but no, they don't. Well, okay. There's not whining as much as just as being a complete kind of. I mean, I can understand, but in this situation, he is still being a bit of a giver-upper.
Mm-hmm.
I need help.
I guess not.
Well, shit.
Basically, kids, if you try and quit in this situation, you will lose everyone you've ever cared about.
Oh, nice.
What a great moral. Also, why are you wearing that jacket in that kind of weather? Pretty much asking to be a sweaty mess. Hi, mustache guy. It's like that line in nostalgic one of the nostalgia critics reviews. You remember the actual characters themselves, not the names.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just keep this. I'll just call him this one mustache guy. Hey, that place there kind of looks like one of one of them stationary caravan areas I went to a couple of times when I was younger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What will you decide, Cruz? Yeah, I've seen this 500 times now.
Yeah. Amen.
Can you imagine this if that
Get
little
your shit together, son.
that little thingy advert for the Navy pilots I did earlier? Got a little addendum to it now. Hey kids, do you want to join the Navy? Well, be careful. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows. And then they show the images of that crash. The accident, so it wasn't really a crash as much. Tom Cruise rides a motorcycle cliche. Ding. Or was this when it started? Or is this when it all started? Actually,
Yeah.
so it wasn't much of a cliche. So sin removed.
Ding.
Ding. Yeah, that. Also, no, I won't say it. I might jinx it. I'll say it afterwards. Maverick hasn't shown up. No, it's not. No. Yeah, this film's nickname may as well be Top Gun cliche.
Holy shit. All right.
There we are. Cruise didn't give up on the thingy after all.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulation.
Behold, corn.
So what is the crisis situation? 24 hours later, the Indian Ocean. Okay, now we're getting our big major action scene of the movie, and we're 22 minutes away from the end. Huh. You know what this feels. My mouth ain't working. You know what this feels like to me? It kind of feels like what a Michael Bay movie would be like if you removed all the explosions and racism.
And replace it with gay awesomeness.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Liz. Michael Bay wishes he could make a movie this frustratingly entertaining, despite its self-indulgence.
But actually, I will give Bay a bit of credit for 13 hours.
Is that his most recent
These
one?
visuals.
Yeah, it's his most recent one.
These
I haven't seen
visuals.
it.
Basically, Pedro, all you need to know is there's no racism.
Well,
You'd think that'd be the obvious film where you'd be racist to the extreme, but no.
Michael, well, there's more than... racism is not the only thing about Michael Bay that annoys me.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see you react to none of that being in 13 hours.
I also don't like the fact that his complete inability to make a character behave like a human being, and I also hate how pandering he is in terms of stuff like this. Actually, yeah, the magic hour shot.
Yeah.
Well,
Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, the Transformers movies all take place in the planet Magic Hour, pretty much.
I want. Well, again, I will confess, I do like the first movie, and the fourth to an extent,
I think the fourth
and
one
also the
is way
third,
better than the first, if you ask me.
and also the third to an even lesser extent than the fourth. I will agree, though. The second one, it does have its occasional decent moments, but overall, it's not that great. I'll put it lightly.
Yeah, you're being too kind.
Yeah, I'm very interesting. Sometimes I'm too harsh on things, otherwise I'm too kind on things. So in terms of film opinions, I am kind of like Tom Cruise. I'm crazy.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta go help this ship that's lost her communications, because you call ships by females, don't you? That's tradition. I will honor my dead friend by carrying his name tags into battle.
Okay.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you. Snake eater.
Uh-oh, we got bogeys.
God damn it.
God damn it, this is supposed to... Oh, 5 bogeys. It'll be hilarious
Mm-hmm.
if one of the bogeys was their former friends or something.
Oh, here's an interesting thing you might find interesting. The voice actors and actresses of Life is Strange are playing the game live on Square Enix's Twitch account.
Yes, and they just announced that they're partnering with Square Enix to make it an actual digital series.
That'd be interesting to see. Wow, I guess... well, then again, I wouldn't really blame Square. You found a gold mine, you're gonna milk it. Even though Square didn't actually make it themselves.
Mm.
Actually, that's the best thing. If you're a company and you can make profit out of something you didn't actually make yourself. It's going to be like with Indiana Jones 5 for Paramount. Basically, Disney are making the movie, and Paramount gets some cut of the profit, even though they aren't involved in the making of it.
Yeah, it's kind of like with Sega with Shenmue 3. Even though they're not involved at all in making that game, they're still gonna.
Yeah, it's still considered their IP. It's like with Bayonetta 2, even though Nintendo was co-publishing it and founding it, it still belongs to Sega.
Oh, wait! It's the Top Gun game, and the Top Gun game is made by Konami. So I should next time they start shooting, I will use that gag. Hang on. Fire! 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 Fire!
Fuck!
Fuck! And see, Farah said fuck. Also, who's playing Sonic?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Jalua White?
I'm hearing the ring sound effect.
Sorry, Dweebs. I think at this time Afterburner wasn't even invented, so I don't even think it's a commercial for that.
Wait, Afterburner's a commercial for Sonic? That's
No, but it's a Sega game, so...
Since you were the one who brought it up, and you're the Tom Cruise fan, I think you should do the Top Gun game.
No, thank you. I refuse.
Of course you.
I mean, that game isn't even worth LPing. I mean, it has 4 stages, and all of them are the same thing.
Maybe just like a let's look at or something.
Not even that, honestly.
Okay. I got it, Pedro. I'll make it official. Okay, audience, here's our thoughts on the Top Gun game. I haven't played it, but I've heard it sucks. Go watch AB Jones' review. That's it, thank you. Back to the movie.
I guess, yeah.
There, it's
Dun,
shot
dun,
now.
dun, dun, dun.
Major is here, and he is our second in command, so he can make that, so he can confirm that for us.
Sure.
Rawr. Rawr.
Just having a bit of trouble. You know, if this was Star Wars Battlefront, they'd be constantly telling you off, and if you don't go back in time, you will be they'll blast you out of the sky. Your allies will as a consequence for desertion.
Hmm.
Don't waste time talking, just fire.
Fire.
Fire. Also, you got him?
Alright, I got him.
That'd be something. A Top Gun remake video game with Troy Baker in it. Well, I asked for a real dogfight scene, and here we go. I take it homing missiles weren't really invented yet.
No.
Or even if they were invented, I guess they weren't really in mass use.
Ugh. Fire. Wee boom.
It missed.
Oh, I missed.
That'd be something, yeah. Top Gun. It's in canon with the Wario sub-series.
Wee. Wee.
Got him.
Ouch.
Fire, fire, fire.
Pew, 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 pew,
Guys,
pew, pew.
Guys, have you got your Konami laser scopes on?
No.
Sorry, I don't have one.
Me neither. Do you have one, Pedro?
No. It's been a long time that I sold my NES.
You know, I wonder what the odds are if I ever get an NES. I wonder what the odds are that the one I pick up will be the one you sold or something.
I'm pretty sure that's not gonna happen because I sold it here in Portugal, so it should still be around here.
Or maybe or maybe a foreign person bought it and took it back to England. And
That's the most amazing coincidence ever.
well, maybe you should have waited until you locked on before you fired.
Yeah.
There you go. And there you go, see? That'd be like if Phoenix Wright objecting without any evidence.
Yes.
You look like a fool. Oh yeah. My rooms, aside from a lamp on in my room, I can see the flashing lights from the mist from the pellet fire going on around my bedroom. Damn it, I can't log on.
Come on.
Who's gonna log on first?
Checkmate.
Oh shit, shit.
Whee!
Got 'em.
Boom, bitch.
Scratch 4. So there's one more left. There's one more left.
No, I think that's all of them. Yeah.
But they said there were 5 earlier, and they said they got 4.
I guess majority wins.
Oh, let me guess. This cruise is going to have a hard time landing because he's reminiscing about the guy who nearly died landing on the ship.
No.
Do you mean no?
Again, amazing soundtrack.
Again, I wish I could hear the soundtrack, but I have to keep my telly turned down a bit so that reasons.
Raisins.
Yeah. Ah, thought they're going to have a scene with crew struggling with landing. Damn it, movie, you had a perfectly good opportunity there and you wasted it. Nice. You wasted a perfectly good plot. Yay! We won!
We
Wait.
saved the day!
Who were we fighting against, actually?
I don't know. We the Russians!
The Russians.
Put your hands up! Oh, bogus, man.
Yeah, could you please be my wingman? My career needs it at the moment. But I mean the real Val Kilmer. Yeah, this is interesting. The thing about films like this, you can always look back at these in hindsight and look at who managed to have a good career after this and who didn't. The most, I think, well, obviously the biggest one is Tom Cruise, but Michael Ironside's been in a couple of, bigger movies after this as well, didn't he? Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Also, just put this here for thingy. Apparently, Dope Nod can buy studios and turn them into other Dope Nods.
What?
Dope Nod bought another studio, and they basically apparently when Dope Nod buy studios, they just take their name and just turn them into other Dope Nods.
Oh,
Not
okay.
God help us. Also, it's either this or be a secret agent.
Obviously. What the hell?
Tom Cruise at a bar.
Ding.
Actually,
Yes.
Actually, we don't really see that all that often. I mean, I haven't seen many movies from Tom Cruise, but I have to. Okay, mostly the Mission Impossible ones. But I don't remember him being at a bar all that much. The only one I can think of is Edge of Tomorrow.
Wow, what the hell?
But guys, we need to resolve one more question.
Obviously.
Does he get hitched with what's her name? Wow, I never would have guessed.
No. He must be a fucking wizard, Waves. You're a wizard, Waves.
Well, I will say, okay, I do have a little experience with 80s movies, but not a whole lot. But even then, I can call some of the cliches. It's looking good so far. Wait, that sign at the back there, yeah, the one that says Pepsi, for a second there I thought it said penis. Also, 80s cliche of ending the movie with smiling members of the cast with their names and the character they play.
While recycling previous scenes they were in.
Yeah. Ah, there's Michael Ironside. Kelly, whoever she is. Tom Cruise. There you go. Look at our awesome Navy jets.
By the way, join the Navy.
Yeah, join the Navy, motherfuckers.
If you join the Navy, you get to bang your superior.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was Top Gun.
Yes.
My final thoughts, yeah, I enjoyed this movie. I wish I could hear it more, but again, I got to keep my TV turned down. But, yeah, it's a quintessential 80s movie with Tom Cruise getting one of his early roles as the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he'd go on to play more complex roles later on. But yeah, this is a decent start. Yeah, again for the 80s. Who's next?
I guess me. Yeah, well, yeah, this is pretty much one of those classic movies that yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, it's not even, it doesn't even have that much of a story. But it's just one of those movies where you have to understand the time it was made, and also I still think it's really fun to watch it, specifically because of the flying sequences and the music. But and the fact that you can laugh at how self-indulgent and, well, borderline homosexual this movie is. Go ahead, too.
I like this movie, even though, again, as I mentioned, it tells about pretty much nothing. It barely has about it all, anything going. It's mostly just the characters interacting each other, and yes, not aside from Tom Cruise, the rest of the cast is not that interesting. And even when you're supposed to be crying for the friend's death, it's like whatever. But still, is enjoyable. I mean, it has this magic of not telling not telling anything, but at the same time doing so in such a way it's still likable. And the soundtrack, which is awesome, I remind again, perfectly complements this, doing this special mix that, as I mentioned, reeks the 80s magic that manages to make this movie likable, even though it has barely any qualities of a, say, a today's standards movie. Like, by today's standards, technically speaking, this should have aged terribly, should not be considered. Thanks to these elements, it's still really enjoyable on its own. You just need to take it the way it's supposed to be. That's it, pretty much.
Okay, is that you're done?
Yeah.
All right, that was Top Gun. Hope you enjoyed our commentary, and tune in next time for when we look at another Tom Cruise movie at some point. We might have Jova in it, we might have even Shiva in it. It depends. See you.
Yeah.